This is my fight breakdown for Shaky Foster versus Robson Conceicao. Shaky Foster is coming off a victory over Abraham Nova. Um, Coming off a late knockdown, ended in a decision. But with Conceicao, he had a close loss to Navarrete not too long ago. I think he had a fight in between now and then. I just don't want to look back right now. But I know he was coming off a Navarrete loss recently on the Shakur Stevenson card. Um, but overall, man, I think Conceicao is still a high-level fighter. I feel like he's been put in a tough position because he's fighting guys who are high level. You know, a lot of these guys in boxing, some of these guys' favorite fighters, you got to beg them to actually get in the ring with certain guys. And Conceicao not one of those guys. And in this fight, he's going to be somebody who's going to be well-rounded. He's an Olympian. He's someone who possibly beat a guy like Lomachenko in the Olympics. So overall, man, this is the guy I look at equally like a Lomachenko. And if you look at what Lomachenko has done, he's taken some losses against some elite young guys too. So Conceicao, he's not looked at as that level of fighter, but he is. He can do everything that most of these guys can do. He can turn you. He goes to the body very well. I feel like his movement when he's in action isn't that great, but he's not somebody who's going to get outpunched. So with him not being able to get outpunched, it's not really going to affect him overall throughout the fight. But I feel like he's going to do a lot to put himself in position to definitely succeed. And with Conceicao, he's just a high-level fighter, very high level. He doesn't headhunt. He goes to the body a lot. He will use the jab. He uses jab a lot throughout the fight. He'll be jabbing a lot more than Shaky Foster. I think Foster needs to jab more in this fight, though. I feel like with him, he can't rely on late knockdowns like he has the last couple of fights because that's just not the way to go. To wait to the end to kind of put in major work. Even though he was putting in major work over the last couple of fights, I feel like in the Hernandez fight, he was dominating. But, you know, we have certain people that want their fighters or promoters, whatever the case may be, they want these guys to step up and have a big fight with the next guy, so they already have future plans. And that's why guys like Shaky Foster can ruin a lot of plans, especially late in fights, dropping people. But overall, is this a setup fight? I don't think so, but it could be a trap fight. He can go in there. I don't think he's overlooking him this time. I know last time with him headlining and doing a lot of things in New York, Madison Square Garden, it did a lot for him to try to use that energy and, you know, try to be the man who can actually promote a big fight. You know, a lot of these guys, man, even though they're far into their careers or what people would expect them to be far into their careers, it's still hard to headline a fight in Madison Square Garden. It's probably your first time doing it, then to go out there and perform and have all the bells and whistles and everything as far as trying to promote these fights. But I feel like Shaky Foster's going to be able to handle everything better this time. I think this is going to be a co-main event. From what I've heard, if it's not going to be co-main event, it should be like the third fight on the card. But I feel like he's going to do an excellent job with his conditioning. He's been working very hard. He's taking his fight very serious. He look at this as a make or break. You know, every fight is a make or break fight, but you want your next performance to be your best performance. And I know he's not too high up on the last performance. He didn't use any excuses, but at the same time, like I said, when you're putting on a big show, that happens. He has to be able to go to the body on Conceicao. Conceicao an older guy. He has to take his legs away, and once he can take his legs away, he can start the headhunt and aim high. But if he's going to aim high throughout the fight early on, he's going to have a difficult time. He could easily lose this fight because Conceicao he's a boxer. He can brawl. He's an Olympian. He's a medalist, silver medalist. He can actually get it done either way you want to. But with these guys, knowing that a lot of people like to headhunt, a guy like Conceicao will move. He'll make you miss a lot, and he can outpunch you. So a guy like Shaky Foster has to realize Conceicao best rounds is the late rounds. So this is going to be a late round fight. I don't see anybody getting knocked out in this fight. That's for sure. This is gonna be a nose-to-nose 50-50 fight. But Shaq Foster has to be aggressive throughout this fight. He has to look at this fight almost like he did with Hernandez. Not saying that Hernandez is on the same level as Conceicao. Conceicao is above the level Hernandez is on. But he has to be able to have that kind of mindset to go in there and take the win away. You can't really try to go in there and try to earn it and think that it's going to be fair play around the board. You got to take this win. This is going to be a must win. A lot of people are already going to be expecting him to get a knockdown possibly. So they're going to already have you like, well, we know you're going to get a knockdown, but what about the rounds? He has to go in there and win those rounds. If you don't go in there and win them early rounds, that's something I need Shaq Foster to do. He needs to start off fast. Has to start off fast. Conceicao isn't a guy who's known for starting off fast, but he'll start off fast if he needs to. I can easily see him starting off fast in this fight. But Shaq Foster has to be able to jab, move, make sure that Conceicao is taking shots to the body, that he's not walking in. He likes to crouch down and lean the inside. If he goes to the inside, make sure that you can get some shots off in the inside, land some up top, turn him, and get out the way. He has to keep turning Conceicao. He has to be able to move lateral throughout the fight. If he's going straight back, that's going to be a problem. If he's just going forward, that's going to be a problem. So he has to be able to switch it up. Go forward, move lateral. If you got to go on the back foot, I wouldn't stay on the back foot, but you can't take your chance there. But he's too much of a good boxer to be on your back foot most of the fight. So I definitely feel like Conceicao is a high-level fighter. This is going to be a close fight for Foster. If he goes in there with any performance like it was last time against Nova, it might not be a victory. He has to go in there and be aggressive because Conceicao tired of fighting for belts and not getting a win. So in his eyes right now, this is the one where he gonna win. He feels like he gonna win this fight. He feels like these guys have gotten away with 1, 2, 3, maybe. He seems like he had a close fight against all these guys, Loma, and a lot of people he's won against. But in this fight right here, it's going to be a very good fight. He's had close fights with guys ever since the amateurs. So this is definitely going to be a close fight, but Shaq Foster has to basically show up, man. Because Conceicao is going to be, he's aged a little bit, though. He's been through some wars. I'm pretty sure he's not the same fighter he was 2 or 3 years ago, but Shaq Foster has to show up. But I think he will. I definitely think he will. It'll be a majority decision. I'll give it to Shaq Foster in this one. I feel like he's going to be aggressive. He's going to have his mind right. He's been in the gym. His weight's not going to be an issue this time around. If that was an issue last time, definitely not going to be an issue this time. So a lot of things going to be cleaned up. It's the summertime. It's going to be easier to lose weight. All that stuff matters. So that's all I got. Like and subscribe.